Swamin Namaste Nataloka Bandho Karunya Sindho Patitam Bhavabdhau Mamuddharatmiya Kataksha Drishtya Rajvyati Karunya Sudhabhivrishya Swamin Namaste Swamin Namaste Swamin Namaste Swamin Namaste Jnanasvarupam Nijabhavayuktam Anandamanandakaram Prasannam Yogindramidhyam Bhavarogavaidyam Srimad Gurum Nityamaham Namami Srimad Gurum Nityamaham Namami Nityaya Satyaya Chidatmakaya Navyaya Bhavyaya Paratparaya Shuddhaya Buddhaya Niranjanaya Namostu Nityam Guru Shekharaya Namostu Nityam Guru Shekharaya Namostu Nityam Guru Shekharaya. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru. Actually, whenever we have a session, we are all, three of us are asked about the topics. And as usual, Namrata was behind me to choose a topic. And similarly, as usual, I didn't know what to speak on. And then she said that, why don't you take Bhakta-lakshanas? So, Bhakta-lakshanas, she has been telling me, even before going to USA, she was saying, you take Bhakta-lakshanas. So this time I said, okay, I will take that. But as I'm thinking, and I got some time from, I think today only, to think about my topic and what I will speak. And I felt that though the topic has been given as Bhakta-lakshanas, what are the characteristics of a devotee and who is a devotee, I would like to speak whatever comes to my mind. Are you agreed to that? And I always say that I can speak what has been my journey and what I have experienced. So I think you give me the freedom to speak what I wish to, and I think it will be beneficial for everybody. Now, when we say Bhakta-lakshana or who is a devotee, the question comes, what is devotion? What is devotion? What do we mean by devotion? We know, we feel that we are devotees, and we worship, we pray, and we have some devotional practices, many of us. We keep some time for these devotional practices. We have faith in God, and from our childhood, most of us, we have grown up with the faith of God. And when we take to devotional practices, or we become interested, more interested in praying, in chanting, in doing meditation, or reading such books, we feel that we are growing in devotion. Now, the devotion is to whom? First of all, we must know that. we say God. And in our religion, God is expressed in various deities. But we all know that God is the one who is all-pervading. We know that concept, all-pervading, but still we want to worship in various rupas, various forms. It's okay. As long as the feeling of love is there, it's okay. But what exactly is devotion? And who is this God? Is it only all-pervadingness, his quality or characteristics, or anything else? We don't know that. And we have some idea. We may be growing a little more in our ideas, and still we find that in spite of our devotion, we have not been able to get rid of many of our tendencies of our mind. Likes and dislikes, unhappiness, disappointment, irritation, similar things, hatred, so many things, fear, anxieties, we have not been able to. Then what is the use of this devotion? Why are we worshipping? Why are we calling us a devotee? Say a student enters the school, say nursery, lower KG, upper KG, class 1, class 2, class 3. And till the student studies, the student is called a student. But we ask every student, in which class are you? And the student will say, I am in class 2 or class 7. And you will find that after the annual exams and when their results are out, they very proudly say, I am going to class 7. So that means with a pride that I have now finished class 6 and I am now eligible to be called a student of class 7. And similar as you go to higher studies. But we remain as devotees. So are there any stages of devotion where we can go up, higher up? Have we ever asked anybody? All of you are associated to our Gurudev, Swamiji in the association, close association. How many of us we have asked, Swamiji, do you think that I have grown in my devotion? And how many are still wanting to ask? We don't ask. We feel that whatever we are doing, that is enough, and I'll be called a devotee. So while I was thinking all these things, I felt that what were my ideas of devotion when I was a child? I think I was, as usual, as I think most of you, grown up in a house, in a family, having belief in God, faith in God, not too many rituals, not too much going to temples, but we had belief in God. And I think I've told this many times and at many places that my mother had institute a very good practice in all the siblings, that she said that pray to God that you should become a good girl. So from childhood, that was my prayer, to be a good girl. And even if I would forget the whole of the day at night, definitely I will fold my hands before going to sleep and say, please make me a good girl, in Bengali. Did not know what really meant by good girl. Later understood that good girl means having good qualities. As I grew up, slowly as I took to the spiritual path, understood that all the good qualities are of the Atma. And so that is how I grew up. And, I'm born in a Bengali family. My body is a Bengali. So, in my family, we used to have puja on Thursdays in the house, Lakshmi Puja. All Bengalis do that. All Bengalis, mostly, I don't know about nowadays, every day in the dusk we'll light a lamp and blow the conch 3 times. So all that we used to do. And used to go, I've grown up in Delhi, so there was a Birla Mandir. There I used to go with my parents. There was a Bengali Kali Bari, where the deity was Kali. We used to go quite regularly. There was a Shiva temple near the house, where I used to go quite regularly with parents. And Bengalis, they are very much devoted to goddess Durga. So Durga Puja is something very much, it's not only a festival, it's something which is the heart. We consider Mother Durga. So the Durga Puja days used to be 4-5 days, used to be full of lot of excitement, devotion, and all that. And in all this, we were involved. I can say that I was, from whatever ritual would be done by the priests, what I found most, as something which I felt that I am getting pure. I'm getting the purity and sublimity and divinity of the process. Wherever I went, temple, if it is temple or Durga Puja or any worship, it was that divinity and purity and the sublimity which used to be my gain. I cannot say it a gain. It used to envelop me. I felt it was something very, very different from anything else. Now, when I used to go to Kali temple, there Kali's form is very fierce. So as a child I used to be very afraid. And otherwise also, in temples or in Durga Puja even, I would watch the devotees. I would feel that, so they are so devoted, they are doing so many namaskar, they are closing their eyes and they are murmuring something to the God, which I am not doing. So maybe God will get annoyed with me. God will be not very happy with me that I am not having devotion. Now, what is that extent of devotion? I used to think, how are they so devoted that they are completely forgotten everything and they are absolutely oblivious of who is looking or not looking, and they are simply folding the hands and praying. And why this doesn't come to me? So I was a little afraid. But I was blessed to be in the company of Tagore's songs and also to be in the company of the Gospel of Ramakrishna Dev, where I found God is Suhridas Sarvadehinam. He is the friend of all. And then I considered God to be the mother, the friend, the most dear one, the most near one. My mother had also told while giving the practice that God is within you. So the prayer that I used to do is the God inside me and the God outside me. So I felt that, so God is not to be feared. God is somebody who is absolutely near and dear. And the Rabindra Sangeets, through Rabindranath Tagore's songs, came to know that God is everywhere, inside us, outside us. So many songs he has written, and especially because of the songs, because of the words, because of the tunes, felt that in the nature as if God is smiling at me. Just now I was going through his book because I was thinking about this morning. So there is a book collection of his songs. Just before coming, I opened it. And the song which came out, I'm just translating it. I don't know the song, all the lines. So the song is, Tumari naam bulbo nana chale. That, O Lord, I will take your name in various ways with various excuses. I want to take your name. I will take your name when I'm alone, sitting alone with me, with my own mind. I will take your name without any words and without any expectation. Just like the child calls the mother, ma, 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 just with the happiness of being able to call ma, with that happiness, I will call you, my Lord. Such songs. Is it not good? Such songs. So these have really helped. And then my journey went on, and Baba came in my life. I took initiation. Then Swamiji came in my life, and and after Swamiji came, within 2 months, Baba attained Mahasamadhi, but Swamiji took the charge of the spiritual journey. And I was doing sadhana at that time. Swamiji told me to leave my job and by choice try not to be employed anymore. I've worked only for 7 years as a lecturer. I was qualified. I could have gotten a job. But Swamiji said, try not to get employed. So the role of the Guru in my life has been such. I felt what the Guru says, one must listen to. I can see only this much. He's saying a long thing for me. I never knew that I'll become a sannyasin. Maybe Swamiji also did not know. But he said this, and I accepted it. So many people said so many things. You are a fool. You are Swamiji. How can he decide for you? He is a sannyasin. How can he understand that not having a job will not make you happy? But I said that that's okay. Because he is my Guru, he has said, I will accept it. But sometimes, sometimes there will be a little feeling of, oh, people are scaring me. So then one day I thought, okay, suppose I continue with my job, I go to the highest, I'm known as a very good scientist, everything happens, one day I'll have to retire. How will I accept that day? Not having any job, nobody will know me, and nothing, it will be a simple life. So how will I accept that day of retirement? I will take that today itself. And I became so happy by that. So then anyway, my sadhana was progressing. We were in Kharagpur IIT, and many of you know that I was happy because I left the job. I got so much time for myself. Only when from the time I was conscious, I was only studying and giving exams, studying and giving exams, studying and giving exams. And now there was so much time to do what I wanted to do. Just sit alone. And Kharagpur IIT, the quarters were it was full of trees, that area. It is the first IIT from the British times. So big bungalows, having lot of area around the bungalows, lot of trees. Even the trees, the ancient trees which you find the names in our Ramayana and Mahabharata, those trees were there. In fact, the place where we were staying, it was named Dandakaranya. You can understand. So how many trees would be there? And our house also had peepal trees, vatavriksha, and other trees definitely. So now I could just, because I got so much through the songs, seeing the nature. That is why I love nature and find God in nature. Started finding God. Then Swamiji had also told me that you have done research in physics. Now you have leave your job and do research in Srimad Bhagavatam. So read the Bhagavatam. I was reading the Bhagavatam. So like that, my journey was going. I don't think whether I also ever thought whether I am growing in devotion. There was nobody to explain it. But if I look back, I can see only one thing, that there was a yearning to grow in devotion or whatever, to remember God always, if that is devotion, to be having a feeling always as if I am surrounded by the divinity and purity always. That was my yearning. Later I understood that that is what is called devotion. What is devotion? I'll come back again, but now I want to tell you one shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, Madguna shruti matrena mai sarva guhashaye manogatiravichinna yatha gangam bhasom budhau lakshanam bhakti yogasya nirgunasya hyudahritam ahaitukyavyavahita ya bhakti purushottame. It says, bhakti is that supreme state of mind. What is the supreme state? How do you get it? This shloka is saying, by just hearing of God's excellences. Now, what are God's excellences? Can you say? What are God's excellences? We know only that God is all-pervading, omnipotent, omnipresent, omnipotent, and all-powerful. This is what we know. What else do we know? So excellences, when we must know His excellences, His glories, His magnanimity, His magnitude, and it says that by hearing that, when the mind continuously streams forth like the water of the Ganges into the sea, like hearing. Suppose I hear about someone, people become fans of film stars, sports people, they will be continuously thinking about them. Here what happens, a devotee, when he hears about God, His excellences, the mind just stops thinking about anything else. He may have to do other work, but in the background is the yearning to think about God and go towards His thought, or what is He. Like what? Like any river, it is written Ganga here, but any river into the sea. Unmotivated, ahaituki, unmotivated, without any motive, no expectation, nothing. Unrestricted, it doesn't get restricted by anything. And one pointed towards the Supreme Lord, and also the Lord presence in everybody's heart. That is, when we hear about the Supreme Lord, who is He, what is He, what He can do, who are we, what is our relationship with God? What is our relationship with God? Yes, we go to temples, we do pranam, and we do puja, and most of us do puja for what? To keep our family all right, children all right, our health all right, our exams we should pass, or our daughter should be married, son should get a job, all these things. Our prayers are that. What is this? What is bhakti? Unmotivated. No nothing, no expectation, no prayer for oneself, and unrestricted. That is, if whatever you are wanting from God, if that doesn't happen, your bhakti becomes less. No use going to this temple, let us go and give puja to the other temple. This is what happens. This temple, the deity is not very powerful. We have heard that if you go and give puja to that deity will fulfill your wish. And one-pointed, it should be one-pointed. So, and this whole devotion is towards whom? Towards the Supreme Lord, the all-pervading, and who is also, because He is all-pervading, it's also in our heart. When that kind of love is manifested, that is called ya bhakti udahritam nirgunasya bhakti yogasya hi lakshanam. That is called bhakti, which transcends all gunas. So bhakti is that supreme state of mind where the mind automatically turns towards the Supreme and gets firmly fixed into the thought of the Supreme without any motivation, without any expectation, without wanting anything in return. It is like the rivers flowing towards the ocean, undaunted by anything on the way. When the rivers go to, don't show this one, all are looking towards. I will tell you the reference. You can see it later. I think Bhagavatam 3.29.11 and 12. 3.29.11 and 12. So, ocean, the rivers go towards the ocean undaunted, unrestricted, on the way. See, valleys come, sometimes hillocks come, mountains come, but they will take another path and go towards the ocean. They will not stop. So whether there are mountains or valleys or forests, the river always finds its way to the ocean. And singing what? Singing the name, one name. Ocean, 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 ocean. One pointed. So I was singing that song, Tumhari naam bolvo nana chole. So I will take your name, O Lord, with various ways, in various ways, with various excuses, it will be there in my lips. So this is bhakti. Now the question is, alone this bhakti, that emotional bhakti is not enough. We must make it established in us so that we understand where we are not behaving as a bhakta, where we are having shortcomings. And that is why we must introspect. Now, I was in Kharagpur, my journey was going on, and Swamiji asked me to chant slokas. He used to send me slokas also to learn. Slokas on bhakti, jnana, vairagya. In his handwriting, the slokas will be there. And typed meaning. And it will come by post. And I will learn them. I also bought some books where, collection of slokas were there. So you can understand the yearning and aspiration. Whatever he sent me, I was not only satisfied by that. I wanted to learn more. And that time Swamiji also had published a book called Mananamala, which is not published further. Mananamala, where many such slokas were also there. So I used to learn from those. So came across, so this, I think if I look back now and how these slokas, this sloka that I chanted now, I've come much later, I have read in Srimad Bhagavatam. So what it says, you should be unmotivated, unrestricted, and one-pointed. So that should be the case, that you do. Whatever is your work, your duty you do. But in your mind, that aspiration should always be there, like a fire glowing. A little bit it has not got extinguished, it is there. And whenever you get time, you sit with this. Or even such work where your mind is free, you can think about and see how you can become a bhakta whose bhakti is like this, without any expectation, unrestricted and one-pointed. So at that time, I learned these slokas, Nastha dharme na vasuni chaye, it is in our evening prayers. Is it not there? Yes. Nastha dharme na vasuni chaye naiva kamopabhoge yadbhavyam tadbhavatu bhagavan purva karmanurupam hyetat prarthyam mama bahumatam janma janmantarepi tvat padambhoruha yugagata nischala bhaktirastu. So, till that time, you are all very blessed. See, you have association with an ashram, with Swamijis, with us. Nowadays, from very, quite some years back, you could hear audios, then videos, CDs, and now YouTube lectures. We didn't have that. Nobody to tell us, only writing letters to Swamiji, before that to Baba. So, that there are stages of bhakti also did not know, but that aspiration was there. And when I read this, I felt, what is this Nischala Bhakti? Why it is being called Nischala Bhakti? Every day you are chanting, when you are here at least, or some of you may be in the house, you are chanting this sloka. Have you ever thought why that poet has used, the devotee has used the word Nischala Bhakti? That is, I will first tell the meaning of this sloka. Nastha dharme, in no dharma, I have no interest. Na vasunichaye, naiva kamopabhoge, I do not have any interest in any kind of wealth, property, or any kind of enjoyment. Yad bhavyam tad bhavatu bhagavan purva karmanurupam. Whatever happens in my mind, in my life, let it happen. Whatever comes, I will do that. But I do not have specific interest for wealth, property, or name, fame, enjoyments. I do not have. I have got over it. So, now my prayer is only one. What prayer people have? Just now I said, they go to temples or religious centers, they go and pray for what? Please make everything comfortable. Let my family be comfortable, and etc., etc. I won't repeat. You know what you pray for. Now, he is saying that I don't have anything to pray. Hyetat prarthyam mama bahumatam janma janmantarepi. He says that now my prayer is only one. Life after life, I will pray only for Tvat padambhoruha yugagata nischala bhakti rastu. At your feet, I want Nischala Bhakti. That is a bhakti, a devotion, which is steady. Our devotion is not steady. Our devotion is for what? For our own selfish gains, for little time, not throughout the day. Throughout the day, we get devoted to many other things. And those are the things which remain in our mind most of the time. So, are we bhaktas? So, Nischala Bhakti Rastu. So, how can one become Nischala Bhakta? A Bhakta having Nischala Bhakti? So, I always say that when you chant anything, when you hear anything, chant anything, read anything, immediately there should be manana, reflection, rumination. What is this? What is the writer or the poet or the seer? These slokas are written by seers, devotees who have realized, who are God realized. They are just writing their experiences, their feelings, and those are handed over to us, for ages, and we are benefiting. But we must also feel, not just chant. Oh, how can we have Nischala Bhakti? What is the way to have Nischala Bhakti? What does it really mean? Or can I, remaining in my life, in the house, or with the profession that I am in, can I have Nischala Bhakti? So the Nischala Bhakti will come when your whole love, you give the supreme love. You have a family, you have children, you have profession, everything you have to do. Agreed. But know that He is the supreme. Not your profession, not your wealth, not your health, not your family, not your friends. He is the supreme. And how will we know he is the Supreme? So this is one, Nischala Bhakti. How to get that Nischala Bhakti? And to become a Bhakta who has Nischala Bhakti, what are the qualities one must have? How do we proceed towards that? That also we must understand. Then again I came across this sloka, Nanya spriha raghupate hridaye smadiye satyam vadami chat bhavan akhilantaratma bhaktim prayachha raghupungava nirbharam me kamadi dosha rahitam guru manasamcha. This is also in the evening prayer, so I am not asking them to show it. You can see from the book. So there it is again a prayer by a devotee. He is saying that I have no other desire. I am full of desires, but now my condition is that I have no other desire. I have only one desire. And he is telling whom? The Supreme. Satyam vadami, he says, I am telling you the truth. From his heart he is saying, weepingly, I am telling you the truth that I don't want anything. I don't want to enjoy anything else, because I have understood that from anything of this world, I will not get eternal peace and eternal happiness. Everything is changeful in this world. Everything is ephemeral in this world. So, gaining what will I get? Happiness. I will not. So now desires have gone, but I want one thing. What is that? He says, Satyam vadami. I am telling you the truth from my heart. And you who are Akhila Antaratma, you are the Antaratma, you are the indweller of everybody. So even if I don't say, being my indweller, you are understanding my mind, that this alone is my desire. And what is that? Bhaktim prayacha. He says, I have no other desire. But then that means there is at least one desire. What is that? Bhaktim prayacha. Give me bhakti. Nirbharam me. That bhakti by which I can completely rely on you. How do we rely? That whatever comes in my way, it is coming by the God's design. And what is the Bhakta should do? We will see it. What the Bhakta should do? Suppose something good happens, we are so elated. When something opposite happens, God has not blessed, you cry, you are disappointed, like that. But God doesn't. God says you should have samatva in the mind. See, this whole world is running. Seasons are coming, seasonal fruits are coming, and everything is running. The sun is rising, sun is setting, moon is rising, moon is setting, rain is coming, winter is coming, summer is coming, all is happening. As they are part of nature, we are also part of nature. Sometimes we have planted 3-4 plants, 2 die and 2 remain. Why? So it is God's, you can say Leela, or you can say that is the nature or the design. So God has also told us how to be unaffected by these. So he says that Bhaktim Prayacha Raghupungava Nirbharam. Nirbhara Bhakti, by which I can rely on your wish. Taking this to be your plan for me, I should be okay. So that kind of bhakti you should give. That kind of bhakti, whatever happens in my life, I feel that this bhakti will not diminish. Because I did not get what I wanted, my wishes remained unfulfilled. I should not become disappointed, and should not, my bhakti towards you, my love towards you, my knowing that you are the Supreme, that should not diminish at all. Then came another sloka, some years later. You know, I have not yet joined the ashram. We used to have, Swamiji goes to Jamshedpur every year in the month of February, and those days, as I was telling you, we used to be hosted in Tiwariji's house, Radheshyam Tiwariji's house. Those days, there used to be a morning lecture at 5:45 in the morning, and 6:30 it will be over, because many of the listeners, they had to go to the factory, Tata Steel factory. So factory will start, so it would stop at 6:30. So I still remember silence there, and slowly the birds are chirping, the dawn is breaking, and very beautiful, divine feeling. And then Swamiji comes, sits down, fresh, after bath, with a tilak. I used to watch all that and feel very happy. And he would start, he was taking Uddhava Gita. He would start saying, Naham tavangri kamalam shanardhamapi keshava tyaktum samutsahe natha swadhama nayamamapi. What does it mean? It means, Uddhava was his friend from childhood and later became his minister, and always Uddhava was with Krishna. Now Krishna had come down to the earth to stop and destroy all the adharma, unrighteousness. So Mahabharata war was fought, but after that also Krishna, who was Vishnu's incarnation, did not go back to the heavenly realm. So all the gods came to him and said one day in prayer that your work is over, why are you not coming back? We are missing you. So Krishna said, I have got one more job left, that is my dynasty. They have become so proud because they are from my dynasty, my lineage. If I go away now, they will become very unrighteous, and they will torture people. So I want to destroy them also and then go. Now this Uddhava overheard, and he was in great pain thinking that Krishna will leave him. So he says that, O Lord, I just now heard what you said. Naham tavangri kamalam shanardhamapi keshava. Keshava is Krishna's name. O Krishna, I cannot stay even for half a moment without you. So, if I cannot stay, how will I stay when you go away? Tyaktum samutsahe natha swadhama nayamamapi. He said, I cannot stay. So I am telling you that you please take me along with you wherever you are going. This was his prayer. I am telling, when we hear something, we read something, reflection should be there. This went so deep in my mind. He says, I cannot stay without you even for half a moment. I thought, I am a little proud that I have stepped into this path at a very young age. I have taken initiation. I pursue my sadhana. Now Swamiji is guiding me. I am reading this, reading that. I am a little proud. But I have not developed that kind of devotion where I am saying that I cannot stay without your thought even for half a moment. My thought goes away. So many attracting things are there. So many people attractive to meet. So I started thinking, what is this devotion? And how to grow in devotion? Who is a devotee? So I don't think that all that I did in my journey, and I came to the ashram also, and not only this bhakti path, the Vedanta path, the talk about the self. Swamiji used to send slokas on self, on vairagya. The vairagya shloka which he sent first was Dehe sthimam sarudhire abhimatim tyajatvam jaya sutadishu sada mamatam vimuncha Pashyanisham jagadidam shanabhanganishtham vairagya ragarasiko bhava bhakti nishtha. You know what this says? It says, it is very much connected to what we are discussing. It says that everybody has devotion towards the world and not devotion to the God. People feel that they are bhaktas, but a bhakta should be like this. Dehesthi mamsa rudhire abhimatim tyajatvam. We have a body. We know the body is changeful. And all of you, you have this knowledge that the body is changeful, but the self is changeless. Still we are attached to the body. We hold on to the body and the mind and the intelligence and its ideas and its attitudes and its outlooks, behavior, everything. We are not able to let go of anything. And not only that, everything related to the body, we think it belongs to me, it is mine, and we hold on to everything. So this says, the body is made up of what? Asthi mamsa rudhira. Bones, flesh and blood. Only these three things. Abhimatim tyajatvam. So in the body which is made up of bones, flesh and blood, you take away your attachment, whether it is your body or others' body. Suppose you are walking on the street, there are bones and flesh and blood. Will you step on that? Will you go and hug that? No. But our bodies are made up of that only. From outside we are looking very beautiful, but it is inside this. So have a rumination, have this reflection that everything is changeful. Not only that, the body which is so beautiful to look at, so beautiful to, the children, we become so fond of children and their soft touch, all this. Abhimatim tyajatvam. Do not be attached to them, do not cling to them. You do things for them, definitely. Whatever is to be done, you do. But who asks you to become so attached that you suffer on their behalf? And Jaya sutadishu sada mamatam vimuncha. Jaya is wife, sutadishu is children. Adishu means your house, your bank balance, your wealth, property, name, fame, prestige, recognition, everything, etc. That is your wife, your family, your children and your possessions. Everything. Mamatam vimuncha. Mamata. What is mamata? These are mine. These are mine. So just see. Say today itself, I give you a task. You decide. You should write very truthfully. How long you are thinking about these things and how long you are thinking about the Supreme. You don't have to think about the Supreme. The very thought, the Supreme is the Supreme. The Supreme Lord is the Supreme. So, mamatam vimuncha. Vimuncha means cut away. Then, pashyanisham. Anisham means always. Pashya means see. Pashyanisham. Constantly, ceaselessly see. Pashyanisham jagadidam. This jagat, this world. Ceaselessly look at the world and understand it is kshana bhanguram. It is ephemeral. Changes are taking place. Constantly changes will take place. And we want to hold on to whatever is good. Whatever is good. And we know that we will not be able to. Suppose now everything is okay. We try to hold on to. We feel it will be like this only. It will not be like this. Pashyanisham jagadidam shanabhanganishtam. Shanam is momentary. Shanabhanganishtam. Knowing that the Jagat is, the world is momentary, we are holding on to it. Our nishtha is what? Our abidance is in the world. He says that in the last line, so please cut away your attachments, your clingings, and seeing that the world is ephemeral, transitory, momentary, vairagya raga rasiko bhava bhakti nishtha. You take away your mind from these clingings which are changeful, which are perishable. Take away your mind from there and abide in the devotion to the changeless Supreme. You get it? My dear children, you know, this one sloka, when Swamiji sent, I was very young at that time. So, it struck me, oh my goodness, really, this is very true. This is very true, that everything is changing. And what is permanent then? Is there anything permanent? I was seeking that only. So, this two things, shanabhanganishtam, pashyanisham jagadidam shanabhanganishtam. In spite of knowing that the world is changing, see, we have all gathered here for Gurupoornima and retreat. You know, the 2 days before Gurupoornima, the previous day to Gurupoornima, how much festive it was. Gone. It's gone. We'll again look forward to it. And now also there is a different kind of assembly with very good seekers. All of you are very interested. And after 4 days, all will be going away. All will go to their own houses, in their own lives. So everything goes away. But we just do not give much attention to it. So abidance in that which will go away, our abidance is still in that. Instead of that, vairagya raga rasiko. You know, this vairagya raga rasiko word was very beautiful. I did not know much of Sanskrit. I cannot say I know much of Sanskrit even now, but I know a little bit now. So vairagyam is vairagya, by not having the raga, attachments and clingings, attractions, and from this not having that, let that be your attraction. You understand? Let your desire be not to have this. And be rasikaha. You enjoy that, rejoice in having vairagya towards this shanabhangura, ephemeral, transitory world. And what you should develop? You should develop bhakti. So bhakti, we have to see what is this bhakti. Now, I thought that every day, because that this has been given, the topic has been given as Bhakta-lakshanas. Every day we'll chant the Bhakta-lakshanas. So today I will go through the Bhakta-lakshanas, just we will chant. You can chant. Hey, Nandita. Nandita? Very good. And Aravindan is there? You can chant. So I will chant, you can chant, and the sloka will be shown there. Every day we will chant, so that these Bhakta-lakshanas, by the time you go, you should be by hearting these Bhakta-lakshanas, and it should become yours. So today I will just give the word meaning of the Bhakta-lakshanas. To chant Koronasha. And then slowly I will start from the 12th chapter, from the beginning. And we will see who is this God? Why should we have devotion for Him? What is our relationship? And how we are fools to have this feeling of, I am doing this thing, I know this, and constantly having ego and pride. So, can you show? This is 12th chapter, 13th sloka, 13 to 19. We will chant. Adveshta sarvabhutanam.
Adveshta sarvabhutanam.
Maitra karuna evacha.
Maitra karuna evacha.
Nirmamo nirahankaraha.
Nirmamo nirahankaraha.
Samadukha sukha kshami.
Samadukha sukha kshami.
Santushta satatam yogi.
Santushta satatam yogi.
Yatatma dridha nischayaha.
Yatatma dridha nischayaha.
Mayarpita mano buddhihi.
Mayarpita mano buddhihi.
Yo madbhaktas same priyaha.
Yo madbhaktas same priyaha.
It's not seen, no? Properly? No. Expand it. Thirteenth. Tony, are you able to see the English? Or should we give you a book? Adveshta sarvabhutanam.
Adveshta sarvabhutanam.
Maitra karuna evacha.
Maitra karuna evacha.
Nirmamo nirahankaraha.
Nirmamo nirahankaraha.
Samadukha sukha kshami.
Samadukha sukha kshami.
Santushta satatam yogi.
Santushta satatam yogi.
Yatatma dridha nischayaha.
Yatatma dridha nischayaha.
Mayarpita mano buddhihi.
Mayarpita mano buddhihi.
Yo madbhaktas same priyaha.
Yo madbhaktas same priyaha.
Yasmanno dvijate loko.
Yasmanno dvijate loko.
Lokanno dvijate chayaha.
Lokanno dvijate chayaha.
Harshamarshbhayodvegaihi.
Harshamarshbhayodvegaihi.
Mukto yah sacha me priyaha.
Mukto yassacha me priyaha.
Anapekshashuchirdakshaha.
Anapekshashuchirdakshaha.
Udasino gatavyathaha.
Udasino gatavyathaha.
Sarvarambha parityagi.
Sarvarambha parityagi.
Yo madbhaktah same priyaha.
Yo madbhaktas same priyaha.
Yo na hrishyati na dveshti.
यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि
न शोचति न काङ्क्षति
न शोचति न काङ्क्षति
शुभाशुभपरित्यागी
शुभाशुभपरित्यागी
भक्तिमान्यः समे प्रियः
भक्तिमान् यः स मे प्रियः
समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च
समः शत्रौ च मित्रे च
तथा मानापमानयोः
तथा मानापमानयोः
शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु
शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु
समः सङ्गविवर्जितः
समः सङ्गविवर्जितः
तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी
तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी
सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित्
सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित्
अनिकेतस्थिरमतिः
अनिकेतस्थिरमतिः
भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः
भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः
ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं
ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं
यथोक्तं पर्युपासते
यथोक्तं पर्युपासते
श्रद्दधाना मत्परमा
श्रद्दधाना मत्परमा
भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः
भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः.
We'll come back to again shloka number 13 and let us see the meanings. I'm just telling you the meanings today. Okay. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. These two slokas together makes one sentence. Okay. And the last line says, this kind of a bhakta, yo madbhaktaha sa me priyaha. This is yaha madbhaktaha sa me priyaha. This kind of a bhakta who has all these qualities, he is dear to me. So, from this 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita starts the Bhakta-lakshanas. So, we think we are bhaktas. Now we have to see whether we are really bhaktas or not. And we feel we love God so much, but we never ask whether God likes us or not, loves us or not. Now God says, I like these devotees who have these qualities. Now, what should we do then? Should we just remain in class 1 or even nursery? Or we should try to get these qualities and become dear to God. Dear to God. So, Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam. He who is free of hatred towards all beings. Who is like that? Anybody here? At least that is good. At least one person said that he's trying. So, Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam. Now, you understand that everybody has some kind of hatred, dislike, etc., criticism, fault finding, blame for others. Now, how to become Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam? Gaining what knowledge? See, that is what? This bhakti, generally when we worship, we do puja, we get emotional. That is the emotional heart. It loves somebody and we feel that we love God. See the Nama Sankirtana. Everybody likes. So much of Namavali is going on, very in a beautiful tune. Swamiji is dancing. We all love our Guru. He is dancing, so we are going behind, around him. But now, that is a temporary feeling of the mind and emotion. That doesn't mean that the bhakti has gone to the pinnacle. Not only that, even this adveshta sarvabhutanam, that day what I saw, you saw me, that I started holding the hands of the children. And you know why? Have you ever thought why I did so? I never do that. The children were wanting to go inside, but men were surrounding, many devotees, old devotees, new devotees, unknown devotees. They were all surrounding Swamiji and going around. So some children, they came and they wanted to go. So some of us encouraged them to go near. At one time I found one or two people, they are just pushing them away. Adveshta sarvabhutanam. Is he a devotee? No. Small children, they also want to be near the Guru. That should be encouraged. So I found that although we are trying to push them again, so I thought that I should get into the scene. So at least I'll be given space. No. So I held their hand and chalo, started going around. So this happens. Devotion becomes such that we hurt people. If you read Bhagavatam, this is, actually I don't like this giving topics. If you read Bhagavatam, you'll find what God is saying. He's saying that if you give me many, many offerings, do my puja in a very, very good, grand manner, but you hurt my devotees, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. And he says that instead of giving me so many things as offering and in the havan, in the yajna-kunda, you feed the creatures, the beings, the holy people. That will please me. So, adveshta sarvabhutanam is free of hatred towards all beings. Maitraha, friendly. Karuna evacha. Karuna is kind. So friendly and kind to all. That we can see. I think many of us are friendly and kind at times and not friendly and kind at another time. Friendly and kind to some people whom we like and not friendly and kind to others. So, we have to think why we are not. God is saying that I want these qualities in you. Nirmamo. Nirmamo is free of possessiveness. Free of possessiveness. That suppose some work is given, you become possessive of that. If anybody else is asked to do that one day, you feel that, I have been chucked off, or I am not given that important work. Or maybe you have done a lot of work in a group, but only one or two people's name is told. And those whose name is not told, you feel that I also did, but my name has not been told. So this mamata for the possessiveness, clinging. Now, we are reading this. Slowly we will see, I will discuss how to get over this. Maybe we'll take time, but I tell you, we can get over these things. We have to be only little sincere. Sincere in yearning, and we must have effort. So, nirmamaha, nirahankaraha. And what is nirahankaraha? That is egoism. All of us have egos. And ego we have mostly because of our qualifications, our positions, our ideas, our opinions. We cannot leave our opinions. We feel that this is the best thing. He or she is not understanding. So however much you try to discuss, you first listen to me. So this is the egoism which comes in. Sama duhkha sukha, that is another. Are we sama, equal, when duhkha and sukha unhappiness and happiness we are faced with. Are we able to see? It is not that when happiness will come, we will not be happy, or when unhappiness is faced, we will not be unhappy. Are we able to accept it without lamenting, understanding that this is the way nature? Maybe we get a little sorrowful, we shed some tears, but not unproductively, that you remain immersed in that and you make others also feel sorry. You should be productive, be enriched by that. Even in sukha and duhkha, happiness and unhappiness, whatever situation is there, we should be enriched by the situation. So sama duhkha sukha, being equal in unhappiness and happiness, and forbearing. Sama duhkha, kshami is forbearing, shama. The shama, that one, this quality is absolutely essential for group living. Forbearance, excusing, forgiving, we must have, otherwise there will be always clashes. Then, santushta satatam. What is santushta satatam? Ever contented. You are not. We are not ever contented. We are contented at times and not at other times. So how to become so? What will make us ever contented? What knowledge we must get? It will not be attained by only emotion, only dancing with nama japa, or taking, singing names, doing bhajans, meditation. When we are awake, when we are in interaction, when we are facing situations, how do we become constantly contented? What knowledge is that? That supreme knowledge, applying our mind and intelligence, we must have. That is, our devotion should be spiritualized. It should gain that knowledge by which the devotion will be enlightened devotion and not just emotional devotion. So, santushta satatam yogi, and inwardly integrated. He is in yoga, that is united with one's indweller. And yatatma, with senses and mind well disciplined, restraining the mind and intelligence. All this can be done when we restrain and discipline our mind and intelligence. Otherwise, mind and intelligence will go here and there, will not allow you to take to these qualities. Dridha nishchayaha, absolutely essential, a firm conviction, firm resolution that I will attain these qualities. Okay, do you have this dridha nischayata? Huh? Raise your hand. Who all have? Who want to have?
What do you have definitely, but don't have.
No, at least you wish to have, no? So you raise your hands. Wish to have. We'll see how we will have it or not in how many days, and why we are not having that also we'll discuss. So, Dridha Nishchaya, I tell you, I told you right in the beginning, what I have, my journey and my experiences, I can tell from only that. This Dridha Nishchaya is not that as soon as you read it, you will get it. You will have to constantly introspect, why I am not having it, why someday I have and someday I do not have. What is the reason? What desire is acting? What desire is playing? What are my attractions? Why I am attracted to all these transitory things, which does not give me a proper joy even. I know that it will all go. Why am I attracted to that? So this kind of introspection, first of all, the introspection should be there. Now comes my arpita mano buddhi. What is? With mind and intelligence fully resting on me. What is this fully resting on me? The mind and intelligence. See, we are reading this with our mind. We are seeing through the eyes, reading them. Some idea is coming to our mind. With our intelligence, we are trying to understand. That mind and intelligence applying that, we must think that this has to be achieved. And the mind and intelligence has been given by whom? Have been given by whom? I have not created my mind and my intelligence. Each of us has different mind, different intelligence. And it's not under our control. We have not given it ourselves. So the Supreme who has given, we'll go through that also. We must understand that with this mind and intelligence, we must remember that there is some power whom we call God, we can call Brahman, we can call Self, from which all this whole universe, including my body, including me, has come to expression. All belongs to Him. I am God's and God is mine. I am God's. We'll see tomorrow those slokas. And not only that, with this mind and intelligence, we should constantly try to get established in that knowledge that I am God's. Established in the knowledge, see, all of you are here. You know where from you have come. You are attending classes, you are attending prayers, you are eating and going sleeping. Whatever you are doing, you don't forget where from you have come. Who are you? Are you forgetting? No. Then why is it that we are forgetting? What is our source? We constantly forget. We don't even remember, don't even try to remember. You understand? So my arpita mano buddhi is constantly making an effort to remember, yes, whatever I am doing definitely, but the source is somewhere else. Because of that source, this all has come into expression. So, we will all chant this together and then I'll stop. You should by heart this. This can be a good learning for you. You know this, you can, when you take bath, if you have by hearted it, while taking bath, I always say, while taking bath, while dressing up, this time is yours. Nobody can come and disturb you at that time. So, you can chant this and reflect on them. How much you have grown in that, how much you are still lagging behind, why I am lagging behind. Chant. Adveshta together. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitrah karuna eva cha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukha sukhakshami santushtas satatam yogi yatatma dridha nishchayaha mayyarpita mano buddhi yo madbhaktas same priyaha yasman no dvijate lok no dvijate chayaha harshamasya bhayodvegaihi mukto yassa cha me priyaha anapekshashuchirdakshaha udasino gatavyathaha sarvarambha parityagi yo madbhaktas same priyaha yo na hrishyati na dveshti na shochati na kangshyati shubha shubha parityagi bhaktiman yassa me priyaha samashatrau cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayoh shitoshna sukha dukkheshu samasanga vivarjitaha tulya nindastutirmauni santushto yena kenachit aniketa bhaktiman me priyo naraha ye tu dharmyamritamidam yathoktam paryupasate श्रद्दधाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः। सम्पूर्णं जगदेव नन्दनवनं सर्वेऽपि कल्पद्रुमाः गाङ्गं वारि समस्तवारि निवहाः पुण्याः समस्ताः क्रियाः वाचः प्राकृतसंस्कृता श्रुतिशिरो वाराणसी मेदिनी सर्वावस्थितिरस्य वस्तु विषया दृष्टे परब्रह्मणि सर्वावस्थितिरस्य वस्तु विषया दृष्टे परब्रह्मणि। जय गुरु, जय गुरु।